Barbados, get up. Good morning. Good morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Morning to you.
Indeed, morning to you everyone and welcome to Wednesday. We're smack dab in the middle of the week. It's the 19th of August 2026 and I'm Pearson Bowen welcoming all of you to the start of a new day and most of all to Mornin Barbados. Thank you so very much for waking up to keep us company. And if you're joining us on our streams on Facebook, YouTube and our website cbc.bb, to all of you a very good morning as well. As I always remind you, share the show, share the love, bring others along to be a part of what we do Monday to Friday from 6. And of course, as you're having conversation among yourself, greetings and the like, have conversation with us as well. When you weigh in on what we do, we love it as a matter of fact. So I encourage you to do so too. If you know of something who has to be told by us or someone whose story is so good, you think it needs to be featured on Morning Barbados, then you tell us about it. And you can do so very simply by sending us all the details in an email. That email address is right there at the bottom of your screen. It's morninbarbados@cbc.bb. We will follow up. And we thank you so very much for partnering with us. The email address again, morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Thank you very much for doing so. Now, there's a lot to celebrate Barbados. As a matter of fact, yesterday our swimmers to the Goodwill Swimming Championships returned. They returned with a haul of 58 medals. They came fourth overall, but doesn't matter because there were some outstanding performances by the swimmers of Barbados, and we thank you so very much for representing us. They returned to the Grantley Adams International Airport bearing their hardware, and so as they proudly displayed, our hearts leapt with joy. And so we congratulate each of you for the great work that you did on behalf of Barbados. So well done one and all in your swimming championships. Much more is required of you and we know that you can step up to the billing indeed. Also, tomorrow, Thursday, it's Q in the community. We're going to the Salters Market at Salters St. George. It's right there in the corner. You cannot miss it. This is where that new food area has set up, and so that's where we'll be having tomorrow's edition of Q in the community. It starts at 11. You take the bus from gate number 1 at the Granville Williams Terminal and you make your way to Salters Market in Salters St. George for tomorrow's edition of Q in the community. So let's have some fun tomorrow. Also yesterday, last night as a matter of fact, was the opening ceremony for the Caribbean Broadcasting Union's annual General Assembly in Guyana. And boy, was it quite an interesting opening ceremony indeed. Perhaps I'll give you some snippets as time goes by. But this year they're looking at Caribbean media and artificial intelligence. That's the matter they're under discussion today when groups get together indeed. So it was good seeing media practitioners from all across the region, whether it is in radio, print, digital media, radio broadcast, TV, everything, media indeed, all in one room yesterday for the annual General Assembly of the Caribbean Broadcasting Union. So let's continue to celebrate the excellence of Caribbean media in all of its expressions, and let's continue by doing so in giving support to the media practitioners across the region as well. President Dr. Irfan Ali, he addressed the Assembly yesterday with a profound address as well, and again, as I told you, perhaps I'll give you a little peek into, but you can watch it all yourself if you go to the YouTube of the Caribbean Broadcasting Union and see for yourself just what happened last night in Guyana. Now, coming up today, men, are you ready to talk? Because we're ready to listen. And so the Barbertop Shop series continues in Barbados, and so we'll tell you when, where, and how you can be a part of it. And we'll also tell you about a new initiative to include women. There's also a series for you, ladies, and so those details we'll share with you in just a little while. Once Upon a Frame is now in casting mode. So this morning, don't miss to find out how you can play a pivotal role to be a part of a feature film. And feature films, as a matter of fact, because the creatives of Barbados have written, and now they're moving those writings into film productions. And so the casting call is on, and so listen about how you can come audition for your role in just a little while as well. When it comes to breastfeeding, one of the words you'll probably hear is flange. But what is that? What is a flange as it relates to breastfeeding, and how effective is it to assisting a mother feed her child? We'll talk a little bit more about that as we continue looking at breastfeeding this breastfeeding month of August. Indeed. The Caribbean Grand Market is about to reopen at Carifesta House, and you can recall what happened at Carifesta last year, how a resounding success the Caribbean Grand Market has been, and so it's back. And we'll give you all the details about when it is and how you can become, what are the hours, who are going to be exhibiting, and how you can purchase some of the creativity of the people of the region. We asked the question, has the apple fallen far from the tree? You know, that old adage. And so the son of Pan-Africanist Marcus Garvey, Dr. Julius Garvey himself, would sit with us. We want to hear from him, his philosophy, and how much of his father's philosophy has influenced who he is today and what he does today. And we'll also today be sharing with you who is the winner of the Vibe 94.7 FM Dreamy Staycation. Who is that? They'll join us as we share with them their winnings and a whole lot more this morning. So a lot to get to. I won't delay you any further. It's 8 minutes after the hour. We're right back right after this break.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb, and together we will travel the world.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV-Cam tapes to modern digital formats. Safely, quickly, and affordably. Call CBC on 467-5437 to get started. In just 2 weeks, your memories will be ready to relive and share again.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good, your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on socials at 981 Barbados on IG and 98.1 The One on Facebook. This is your world. Your playlist, your station, 98.1, The One.
Good morning, Barbados.
Before the island gets going, we're already here. 2 hours every weekday. The people, the stories, and the conversations that matter to Barbados. Guests you won't hear anywhere else. Your health, your culture, your country. No rush, no shouting, just good company to start your day. Mornin Barbados, weekday mornings, 6 to 8 on TV8.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
12 after 6 o'clock, I asked you at the beginning of the show, fellas, men, are you ready to talk? Are you ready to join the barbershop series? Because, you know, in a barbershop, that's the place we can talk most freely, without judgment and without condition. And so you open up and you talk a whole lot more, but sometimes you just want to listen, because there's a lot you learn sometimes by just using those two things, your ears. And so that's what this whole series is about. And so they're back, giving us men an opportunity to continue to freely, without judgment, open and talk. The barbershop series. But then you know how women are, they want to muscle in on a good they always want to muscle in on a good thing. And so there's a series being arranged for women as well. Look at your face. I'm joined this morning by Maria Gordon, who is the author and also one of those who's helped to find this particular movement. Dr. Warren Clark is back, and it's always good to have and sit with him. He's assistant professor at the University of Manitoba. With us is Nature the Barber. His government name is Gregory Ellis, but he's one of the barbers in Edison. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
And joining us as well is Shireen Haynes of Roots Wellness Movement. Shireen, good morning to you as well.
Good morning.
Starting with you, Dr. Clark, because we shall take the lead on this one. Let's talk a little bit about the barbershop series this time around.
Thank you, appreciate it.
And how truly comfortable in your heart is the success of this initiative?
I think it speaks for itself. You know, at this point, the community, the different parishes we've entered, particularly barbershops, it's been well received, right? And one of the things that we are uncovering is the economy between ignorance and willful ignorance. And what we're seeing in these moments is that many of our Barbadian communities are ignorant. And ignorance is not a bad thing. It's just lacking knowledge. But when we think about willful ignorance, that's where it's a problem, okay? And we're seeing less of that. People are coming to these conversations with the openness and willingness to learn new things, or re-entering conversations that are a bit historic to them, or far removed. But most importantly, they're coming to learn and share and be vulnerable. And that's what we're seeing, what I think is contributing to the success of the Barbershop Talk series, and also the Salon Talk series now.
Mm-hmm. And so that vulnerability is a strength.
Exactly.
It's not to be seen as a weakness at all, because you open yourself to receiving guidance and information that helps you to make wiser decisions and wiser choices. So you're tackling a whole host of series in this barbershop series as well, because you're looking at manhood, fatherhood, and how one relates one with the other as well.
Exactly.
And I think we all know this now when we sit in the barbershop. The guy is over our head, he's running his machines, but he's talking to us. And so you're using this as a conduit. To not just deal with the head, but deal with the head and how we manage our
I like
brains.
how you put that. That's exactly it, right? And that relationship between the client and the person who's doing the servicing is a really unique relationship, where in which, you know, they become like a fatherless a father to the fatherless, or a big brother or a big sister. And for example, for instance, you know, shout out to Diva the Salon, which we've had an amazing workshop where Shireen and Maria was there, and Maria facilitating. We've seen that cohesion with the group. Well, one person's getting the hair washed and then getting it styled, but the conversation is so rich while doing so. It's like second nature.
Yeah. And I like that second nature when I go to the barbershop myself, because you hear so many interesting things. We discuss teaching, we discuss education, we discuss everything about life and being real about life as well. And sometimes another man's lived experience strengthens another man's not yet lived experience. And so that's important. But Nature the Barber, are you also one of those who has embraced this? And if so, how have you been able to impart? What kinds of interactions have you had?
Well, let me start by saying that the barbershop has always been the cornerstone of the community, especially within black communities. So my part as a barber, I am, as my brother said, a father to the fatherless and a brother to the brotherless. By creating a safe space for boys and men to open up and to become vulnerable, to learn. A lot of boys raised in single-parent homes who do not have a positive male figure in their lives, they look to barbers for advice. They look to us for guidance. So the Barbershop Talk series not only is for the benefit of the clients who frequent the shop, but also we're teaching other barbers how to be accountable, that we have a responsibility to the community.
Yeah, it's that powerful.
It is.
This
It
experience.
is.
And so, folks, I don't want you to miss this experience at all. And so it moves around generally. I know that we always talked about Gun Hill with the last thing we were together, but you're moving around.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about where you're going.
We're meeting the community where they're at, right? I think it's one thing to say, let's go to Gun Hill. It's a nice environment. We really appreciate going there, and we've built an amazing positive relationship with folks at Gun Hill who manage and operate Gun Hill. But most importantly, we're going to where the people are frequenting these in spaces, right? People that we would, in some cases, the hard to reach. You know, where they're going. Mostly they're going to the barbershop, right? Or they're going to the salon. So this is our way of ensuring that we do our responsibility and solidarity and focusing on where we can visit folks and having the conversations where they're at.
Right. So today, as a matter of fact, from 6 this evening until about 8 o'clock, a couple hours in the Barber's Experience and Barbershop Experience indeed. We're going to Chapel Place in Bridgetown, I think it is.
Yes.
Where that is?
Village Barbershop.
Village Barbershop.
Yeah, Village Barbershop. Shout out to Skrilla. Village Barbershop.
Where?
The Village Barbershop.
Oh, the Village Barbershop.
Yes. The name speaks for itself.
I got you.
Because it takes a village.
Yes, to raise that child,
That's
to raise
right.
that man. And so that's where we're going today, folks. We're going today, and then next Thursday, we're going to Thorpe's Main Road, that venue right there in Thorpe's Main Road, near to the St. John the Baptist Anglican Church in Eden. So we want men to come out, boys to come out, because we really want to start at the incubator as well. So come out and not just get your haircuts, you get your grooming done, but you have conversation, you learn, you hear, you experience, because the community takes care of itself and its menfolk as well. And so that's important. Let's turn now to this salon talk. Talk to me a little bit about this salon talk that's happening here. Maria?
Salon Talk is an amazing experience. We were at the Diva Salon on Monday night. That's the Diva Salon Speedbird House, Bridgetown, with Andrea. It was amazing. We spoke about sexual health and sexual habits, and the women really, really engaged. Doreen was also there, part of that. We talked about so many things. We talked about our men becoming vulnerable and making space for them, accepting that vulnerability and allowing them to understand it's not weakness. And we also talked about our women being able to accept that and not dumb down our men when they become vulnerable. We understand that that is a major issue, because we've taught in our society that our men should be strong, our men should not cry. But we are trying to change that narrative that allows space for men to be open and honest and not just the providers. So a lot of our conversation centered around that, around the importance of communication, around the importance of spending time as couples together, making time for each other intentionally, and becoming the soft woman again.
Yes. Thank you for thank you for that. Becoming that soft, being a woman, because it takes the two.
And that we understand that a lot of our women have issues with that. And I will say, it is not that every woman wants to be hard. Sometimes we've been forced to be like that because we have to have. I see that.
You can see my face.
I see that, but I'm going to explain it because I think sometimes because we've had to raise and do so much in the home, we take on that persona. We don't want to be soft. We don't want to be hard. We want to be soft. We want to be taken care of. So we talked about becoming interdependent again as women and allowing men to be men, allowing men to be the kings of their palace.
Communication is, we think, it's just words, but this words are also important.
Yes.
And so sometimes the words that women use can trigger a negative behavior in the man. And I would hope that in your communication series, in this whole salon talk, that you talk about language. Language is more than just words alone too. It's how you use your non-verbals as well. So.
Because we know we can do that silent treatment
for heaven's sake. And
yes.
that can drive a man crazy.
Crazy.
And also the practicing of communication, right? Like being intentional and having, say, a hour date with your partner, and actually practicing in ways and how to speak with one another. Because we talk about this love language, but what does that really mean? How do you get to a love language if you don't practice it? So that's a really important piece. And one of the things I wanted to harken back on that came out of the salon talk we did on Monday was the village. I think we're now imagining the village, or we need to try to imagine the village differently than what it was in the past. the village is not the same.
Yes.
Right? And I think we take for granted and just random dialogue or communication where we assume that when we say that it takes a village to raise a child, we have to be more specific. What does that really mean? Because when you had, years ago, we had the neighborhood auntie, the neighborhood uncle who was involved in raising that child. Now it's totally different. It's totally changed. So those are two things that came out of the last salon talk that's just pointing out.
You're correct. The village used to be very physical. The village now is digital.
Yeah,
And
there you go.
You're very
That's a good way of
careful in
putting
that
it.
space as well. Miss Shireen, locking hair takes forever. And so that forever is time that you could use. How have you found this experience being a part of this salon talk that's going on?
It's been amazing. I mean, what Warren has initiated is a great thing, and the consistency of it and the determination to do that. And he recently asked us to collaborate, and we were more than willing to jump on board. And what we was doing with Maria on Monday, she facilitated amazingly, and it really brought people into this space of wanting to share, and even the vulnerability and the opening up. And we saw people that were, a bit quiet at the beginning, but then had so much to offer and to say, because we all feel these things, but we don't always have the spaces to share and to say. And what is happening here, we're creating the community that's no longer there. So what Warren is doing is really driving this force and then bringing the women into it so that the balance is there that isn't actually happening in terms of the conversations that we all need to have. So from our perspective from Roots Violence Movement, we are focusing on men at the moment, and this is really, really important to have collaborations. And I think that's what the community needs. There's people doing things in silos, but we want to come together.
But sometimes silos are good.
Yes,
and I like the fact that right now, gentlemen, you meet in the barbershop, ladies, you meet in your salons, you do your thing, but you're coming together. There's an activity to come together, and I want to talk a little bit about that now. So talk to me about that, where hairstyles and conversations meet.
Yeah, so a big shout out to Royal Bank, because this is not possible without them. So really thanks to folks there who've helped to partner with us the way they've done over the years. So really appreciate it. But it's very similar to what we've done over the years, right? I think what we've been created with the folks at Gun Hill Signal Station is an inviting community-based program, right? Where we have the haircuts happening, we have the rich dialogue, the food, free food, and it's a free event, by the way, folks, right? And that's really important because the food's important, but the dialogue is rich, okay? And the one thing that I want to just harken back on, as much as people say, yeah, Dr. Clark did this, it's community-based, right? And the solidarity that we're showing to the community is something that we need to really focus on, because without us working together, then none of this stuff happens, right? But with Gun Hill specifically, this is an opportunity to now continue the annual event, but most importantly, just touch on themes that people really want to talk about that are taboo, right? And one of the things that I really appreciate with the annual event is that we're seeing people not only talk about these things, but they're really engaging, which is remarkable, right? And we just want to continue that moving forward.
Yeah, and this Gun Hill Service Signal Stations event is on the 30th. It's 11 days from now. It's on the 30th of August from 5 in the afternoon, and so we want to encourage as many of you as possible to come and be a part of it. But all going on, remember this evening, we're going to
the Village Barbershop.
The Village Barbershop. Next week, we're going to St. John the Baptist Church in that area.
Air Force One.
Air Force One. Air Force One
Barbershop.
Air Force One Barbershop. Thank you, my barber. Right. And so we want you to come out and be a part of this, indeed. And so the ladies are talking where?
We're talking on Monday at the Diva Salon, Speedbird House.
Right. And I know you've written a couple books that guide what you're thinking. Yes. So I give you the opportunity to come back and let's talk about the books later on. All right?
Definitely.
Great. Each of you, thank you so much.
Thank
you very, very much indeed. And may this be the success it is designed to be always, because we're building community.
That's right.
To be powerful with each role, understanding its role, and therefore we can just be better for it, indeed. So thank you so much, Donna, Dr. Warren, Gregory, Nature the Barber, and Miss Shireen. Thank you so much for joining us on Morning Barbados today.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you all.
Appreciate it.
We're right back right after this.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb, and together we will travel the world.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV cam tapes to modern digital formats. Safely, quickly, and affordably. Call CBC on 467-5437 to get started. In just 2 weeks, your memories will be ready to relive and share again.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good, your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on socials at 981 Barbados on IG and 98.1 The One on Facebook. This is your world. Your playlist, your station. 98.1, The One.
Good morning, Barbados.
Before the island gets going, we're already here. 2 hours every weekday. The people, the stories, and the conversations that matter to Barbados. Guests you won't hear anywhere else. Your health, your culture, your country. No rush, no shouting, just good company to start your day. Mornin Barbados, weekday mornings, 6 to 8 on TV8.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's
Morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Have you ever imagined seeing yourself on screen? Once Upon a Frame is now casting actors of various ages for an exciting storytelling and filmmaking experience. Based on stories written by young authors, these productions will bring powerful ideas and creative voices to life through film. No professional acting experience is required, just passion, confidence, and a willingness to learn. If you're ready to step into a story and become part of something extraordinary, this is your opportunity. Join us at our upcoming casting call. Your story starts here.
Your journey to stardom really starts there indeed by showing up for the casting call for an opportunity to be on film. And these films are made from the writings of our young creatives indeed. And so Once Upon a Frame brings together the young people of Barbados and the really great work that they've been doing to be a part of our now film future. And so joining me are some of these screenwriters, indeed these young faces in front of me. Alyssa Rudder, who is the author of The Prankster. Can't wait to hear a little bit more about the plot. And Ashawn Williams is the author of Haunted Hospital. Scary, Ashawn. Can't wait to hear what's in your mind as well. Alyssa Blackman, who is so creative. She's the author of The Intergalactic Pop. Alyssa, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing? And across from me, who is one of the founders of this one, who's also written Once Upon a Frame. You've done so many writings with me. Mario Herbert and Terrence Vaughn, who we met last time, who is one of those creatives and also the founder of Middendorf Studios. Thank you, my brother. Welcome again. Miss Alyssa, this prankster, is this you?
Not really. Quite
Kind of like you, right?
shy in person, but I have a love for pranks, so I decided to write a story on it.
And so you've written this story about a prankster because it's so much like you and the kinds of things you like to do. And so talk to me a little bit about who you want to, what kind of people you want to come cast for your production.
I would like people that are similar to the characters in the story, not too far off, and I would just like people to enjoy themselves.
Yeah, be pranksters.
Yeah.
Be funny.
And I would like for it to go smoothly. That's all.
So
really.
how many characters are on your production, The Prankster?
There's the sister, the mother, the father, and then students at school and background characters.
Oh, so some background characters, and then the main characters, the mother, father, and
The sister, and
sister.
also the prankster.
and of course there has to be a prankster. So if you have the prank in you, then come audition. Let's see how this can all come together. Are you excited about this opportunity, though?
Yes, because I feel really grateful that my story was picked to be turned into a film. When I wrote it, I never imagined that it would actually go this far, and I'm really thankful that they picked my story to turn it into a film.
So no, it's got this far. Something tells me you can't wait to do more. Yes, that sounds like a yes to me.
See.
Yeah, we will wait and see. But you're looking forward to how it's being produced as well. You're working with some of the best. And so they'll have to bring your story to life and to bring all the characters that you have created in your own imagination. How long did it take you to put that story together?
I think about a week. I had to write out the draft, plan how I wanted the story to go, and how I wanted the context to be. But overall, it was a good experience.
Yeah, so now you know you have an extra skill here.
Yes, please.
Mr. Ashan, yours is The Haunted Hospital. Let's talk a little bit. What's that story?
It's about a story. Me and my brother went in this house that was abandoned. We seriously sense we flee. And then when we get in the exam room, I just think about that and they just read the whole story with us.
Yeah? So how many characters are in your haunted hospital? So who are they? They're doctors?
No.
There are no doctors in your hospital? So who's in the hospital?
A ghost.
A ghost? There's a ghost, for sure. So someone has to play the part of a ghost? Is that what you're looking for? An actor to come play the ghost? Or to at least be the voice of the ghost?
Yeah.
All right. And are there patients in the hospital?
No.
So who else is in this hospital?
No, it's an abandoned mental hospital.
It's an abandoned mental hospital. And okay, so in this abandoned mental hospital, people are not really there. They're just ghosts, essentially. And so what the characters that you want to come cast for this are people who understand that in their head, that you're not necessarily a physical patient or doctor or anybody who's medical. You're just playing the character of a ghost or some lives who have gone through this mental hospital, right? And how long did it take you to put your script together?
3 days.
3 days? 3 days? Okay. And so you submitted your manuscript and you were waiting on some responses. How long did it take for you to find out whether or not you had been selected? Not very long.
Graduation.
At
from
graduation. Then primary school you said? How old are you?
14.
You're 14. Okay, so you're into secondary school now.
Yeah.
Is this something you want to pursue? Writing and creating in these kinds of ways and eventually getting into film?
I want to be a chef, but I could do it.
Yes, a chef can too. A chef can do anything. You can do anything, Ashan. You can be the film writer, the film producer, you can be the chef, you can be whoever you want to be as well. So don't let your imagination limit you at all. I don't suspect that you have. The haunted hospital tells me you see a lot that we don't quite see, and I can't wait to see how that comes to life as well. All right? Yes. Alyssa Blackman now, who paints, she draws, she writes, she sings, she dances, she does all of these things, and then she is writing on the intergalactic pop. What possessed you to write about an intergalactic pop?
I took inspiration from my grandmother's dog because at the time we recently got a puppy, and at the time my imagination was telling me, you know, to use this to write on something much more interesting. Mm-hmm. So the idea of a dog and then mixing it with having superpowers and being from outer space would make this a much interesting read, and now it's being turned into film, so I can't wait to see how that turns out.
Did you ever watch the TV series Scooby-Doo?
Yes.
So you understand where I'm going with this thought in my head, right? So it's the pup that can. This pup that can do so many things that's extraterrestrial. It can fly over the world. Am I reading you correctly? It can go into places.
He can fly. Mm-hmm. He can turn into a lot of outer space beings. He can do a lot. I didn't mention it in the book, but he's a very special pup, as you can see.
So when people come today to the cast, or come soon to the casting, what roles are they casting for? The dog?
The main two characters, Leah and April, who are the caretaker of the dog, their parents, and their neighbor, Paul.
Mm. Does your dog visit a haunted hospital? Your dog should visit. Wouldn't it be lovely to build a series that eventually they cross each other? I'm now taking it going to your imagination, Terrence. You know, wouldn't it be lovely that each of these characters is able to visit each of the other's creations as well? That'd be fantastic, I think, because among them in this intergalactic space is a prankster who shows up and does some wonderful things with this intergalactic dog and everything else. It's going to be fun, I believe. And so, Mario, I know you've been writing till Thy Kingdom Come. And so you see the potential here for these wonderful works created by these young people. Talk to me about what role do you play in helping it all come to fruition?
Okay, so I would have been the person that taught them to write and got their stories published in terms of book form. At that time, we were not thinking film. We were just strictly in book mode. But then in meeting and knowing people like Terrence here, it is inevitable that at some point he will answer a question along the lines of, have you ever thought about film? So we would have met, would have brought in 13 Degrees North and look through the whole book to see which stories in it have the best potential to translate well from the page to the screen, and we came up with these three. And I am sure that when you see them on the screen, it will be evident why.
Right. And so here we are now, Terrence, where we are now moving into production mode.
Yes.
You yourself have read these stories.
Yes.
And you began to dream about how they can leap off the page into something a whole lot more creative.
Yes.
So in this casting call that's coming up, what do you require of all of us who are going to put ourselves forward to either be the pup or otherwise, or to be a ghost and everything else? What do you want us to do?
Show up.
Just show up?
It's just because people think they have to be a fantastic actor, or you don't need to be that. You just need to show up, be directable.
In other words, listen and follow instruction.
Exactly. As a director, you'll be given direction, do this, do that. So just show up, give your best, be very open-minded, and just go for it. The process is very simple. You're going to hit the IG page, Once Upon a Frame Films. There you're going to see lots of the posters for the casting. So you can scan the QR codes, you can go to your website, sign up. I will encourage persons to sign up as soon as possible because this is going to be our second call and slots are filling up fast.
Wow.
Really fast.
So again, the IG page is
Once Upon a Frame Films.
Once Upon a Frame Films on Instagram, and when you do, just look through and you see the character you want to play, sign up for it.
Yes.
On that page, do I get a sense of what the story is about, so I can see whether or not it suits my personality?
So each of the 4 films, because remember our pilot is based on our departed Shonton's work. So each film has a synopsis. They have a breakdown of the characters that we want. So you can go there, you can look at it, and then when you go on the website, you get further information. So you get story breakdown, understanding of what the plot is, and a little more on the characters. From there, you choose which character or characters from any of the films you think will suit you, and you sign up for that, and we hit the ground running.
We're showing you on the screen, everybody, where you'll go, what you'll see when you get there, so you get a sense of the page that you're looking for. Once Upon a Frame Films on Instagram, and then you go to the website and you can see a little bit more. The casting call is on. We have until the 22nd of August to say who and what we want to be a part of indeed. But there are three plus 4. Because there's a story of Shonatan, and then there are these 3, but these 3 young people as well that we really want to bring to film to wake it up. The whole concept of the prankster. I could audition for that. That's something I would love to play a part in, indeed. The Haunted Hospital and the Intergalactic Pup. Those are just 3 of the working bits that you can see and become cast for, indeed. But well done to each of you. Well done. I can't wait. What's your deadline for production?
We are looking to produce. We wanted to shoot within August,
right?
Because that was vacation time. Because we got a lot of young roles. But now we're pushing into September. So that schedule is being finalized right now. But we are pushing to shoot, edit, in order to launch at the end of November.
All right. In time for our 60th anniversary of independence. Yes, we can. Yes, we shall. Indeed. So, folks, just remember to go and put your name down. Read a little bit more about the role you want to play. Put your name down and show up for the casting, but show out how suitable you are. This is amateur. This is not for professionals alone. You know, anybody can come and do this indeed. If you have a passion to be seen in film and you just thought for a second, I wish I could, now you can. Once Upon a Frame is just for you indeed. So to you, Alyssa Rudder and Alyssa Blackman and Ashawn Williams, thank you so much for your creativity. Thank you so much for writing. Don't stop. Don't stop. Let your mind roam. I don't care where it goes. I want to be there with you, okay? So keep doing this. And Mario and Terrence, as always, for being there to be able to support these young people in their journey to being stars as well. Thank you so much, too. Of course. Morning Barbados breaks here. We're back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affairs segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb, and together we will travel the world.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV cam tapes to modern digital formats. Safely, quickly, and affordably. Call CBC on 467-5437 to get started. In just 2 weeks, your memories will be ready to relive and share again.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good. Your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on socials at 981 Barbados on IG and 98.1 The One on Facebook. This is your world, your playlist, your station. 98.1 The One.
Good morning, Barbados.
Before the island gets going, we're already here. 2 hours every weekday. The people, the stories, and the conversations that matter to Barbados. Guests you won't hear anywhere else. Your health, your culture, your country. No rush, no shouting, just good company to start your day. Mornin Barbados, weekday mornings, 6 to 8 on TV8.
Breast bumps.
Breast bumps.
And expression.
And the flange.
And the flange.
Because I asked people at the beginning, really it is? Why is that the most important part?
Because if you don't have the right flange size, you don't get the right output.
Okay, let's start with pumping first then.
Okay. So there are different pumps all over the world, broken into different categories, all right? So there's this is called a hacker or a silicone pump, but it's really not a pump, it's a milk collector. It works by passive suction. So you flip it back, you squeeze it, put it onto the breast, flip it back up, and then gradually over time, as the suction releases, it extracts milk.
Really?
Yes. So this is good for if mummies are nursing on one side. You need to put it on the next side to collect the milk that is letting down, because both breasts let down the same time. Whatever happens in one, happens in the next. So instead of wasting it in a breast pad and throwing away that pad, you could collect it and save it for feeding after.
At the same time is the part that got me.
Yes, at the same time. Both.
Wow.
So that's why mummies can nurse twins at the same time.
I could understand that part of
Right.
it. But I didn't know that as it releases on one, it also releases the other.
Yeah.
Okay, there's only one pipe. Sorry, Lord forgive me.
One pipe but two hoses.
Thank you.
Because it's controlled by the brain, so there's only one brain that controls
I get you now.
Yeah,
Okay.
one pipe but two hoses. So this has been marketed as a pump, but it's just a milk collector.
Okay.
All right? So I don't want people to think that it's...
And it wouldn't overflow?
I mean, if you have a lot of milk, it may. Then you take it off, you pour it out.
And go again.
Use again, right?
Okay.
So yeah, so we have that. Then we have the hand pump, which is the one that you carry in your bag. You need no electricity, and you just pump, and it suctions the milk into the bottle. All right, this is a lot more laborious.
People take this?
Yeah, people can walk. You walk with it.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a lot more laborious on your hand compared to electric pumps, right? So we can use this as well to extract. Good for like hurricane season. When the electricity will go, you don't have batteries to change, you don't have a place to charge your pumps. This is always good to walk with, and I always advise mummies to have a hand pump.
And because it comes with a bottle, you can measure.
Yes, you can measure how much.
And for storage as well.
I use the same bottle for storage. Cap it and store it and use another bottle to
store how?
In the fridge or the freezer. In Barbados, I wouldn't advise mummies to store on the counter because the temperatures are less than 25 degrees Celsius, and in Barbados, there's no less than 25 degrees Celsius. So I normally tell mummies, unless you plan to use it in an hour, then you store it on the counter. But if it goes past an hour, put it straight in the fridge.
Okay, I got you.
So we've got the hand pump. Then we have electric pumps. So this would be a mobile pump. This is actually my pump I used when I went back to work. So you hook it on you hook up your flanges. So this would then hook to this bottle. So you hook it on there, hook it onto the bottle.
And you do?
And you put it on the flange, and the machine pumps the milk. So you could do two or you could do one. And then this will be kind of a workhorse pump. So mommy that is pumping more. So maybe at NICU, she's gone back to work early. She wants to breastfeed for that 6 months. This is going to help her when she returns to work. There are different types of these. This is a Medela, there's Spectra. We're not talking about brands, but larger motor pumps work longer.
And you say that's for a baby in NICU?
Yes, for like a mommy that has a baby in NICU and has to express milk to send to NICU.
Okay.
Okay? And then what's the new craze now in Barbados are...
Craze?
Yeah, are wearables. All right? This actually goes into your bra. And you walk around at work.
And all the while she's expressing?
Yes, all the while she's expressing and no one knows. She takes it out, she pours it out, and she goes about her business. All right?
Okay.
Yeah, so it gives you extra chest, you know.
Father, forgive me. I'm not being rude. I'm just saying, I did not know.
Yes. So there are many different kinds of pumps.
But again, it deals with the whole stigma about, well, you cover up.
Yeah.
This is one you can do privately because it's within the bra.
It is good for convenience, but there are some drawbacks to it because on social media, and that's why it's a craze, it's on social media, and when the individuals show their use of them, they're full up to here with milk. Those individuals normally are oversuppliers. They produce more than normal. So it doesn't suction well after your initial period of your milk coming in. So mommy's a lot complaining that I ain't working like it used to, I'm not getting as much milk. And when that happens, then your milk supply down regulates if less is being taken out every time. So it could have a negative effect on your mommy if she's not oversupplier. So it's to be used with caution. As I tell the mummies, it's better to use a pump something than not pump at all if you can't do anything else with a buckle and flange. But this is a wearable pump.
All right. Flange, Miss Chanel, the word. What is that and what is it designed to do?
Well, the flange is actually the part that you insert into the pump. As you see, Shamina just took it from in here. And what this does, this goes over the breast, like this. So the nipple, as you can see, extends into the flange.
Right.
So if it's too big, it's on the size, depending on the size of the nipple, you will not get the effect that you would like from it.
So, because every nipple is different.
Yes.
Yes.
And so you must find the appropriate flange to assist you with your expressing indeed.
Yes.
And the way to find the appropriate flange is to have a conversation with your midwife so you can fit.
So you can get the right fit.
Yeah, then you have this to measure the size of the nipple. Well, this one really small at the bottom. I think that's too small. I've never seen one that small, but as you see how it goes in.
So pretty much this is what you use?
Yes, to measure the size of the nipple.
Because the flange must cover the whole area.
The whole nipple. Not the areola.
Okay.
The whole nipple. Okay? Because you don't want to measure too big and then you're taking it all the areola, because then your areola swells. Your nipple will swell and then you got problems breastfeeding them and baby goes back to breast, or you cause trauma to your nipple.
Right.
Right? So it needs to be 2 to 3 millimeters over whatever your nipple size is. Right? Not because these were made, pumps come in 24s and 28 standards. So this is the flange as well for this pump. This will be considered a flange. So anything that shapes like this dome in a pump is considered a flange, right? This, I think, is a 28. This might be a 24. And yeah, there's a 24. The number is on the flange. You talked about cows when we first came on. They were actually patented.
Nobody knew I said that.
They were actually patented off of the pumps used for cows.
Yes.
So we don't have nipples this big on a normal basis. There are some odd women that do have, not odd. That's not the right word. But some women do have nipples that are larger, okay? But these Bajans women that we have seen, nipple sizes are 14, 15, 16, 17. So then your flange size maybe, if it's a 17, a 19 to a 21, not a 24. So it's obviously way too big, way too big over this nipple. So then all the areola is pulled in, right? And you don't get the correct suction that you want, nor the correct extraction.
I want to be clear. What I said about the cow, I said, in describing what it sounds as though you're milking a cow. And then you said to me?
We kind of are.
Okay, all right.
The thing is though, everybody tends to want to gravitate to the hands-free pump because it's fancy, it's convenient, you know, everybody's into that. However, it would be good if mummies can invest in both a normal hand pump because initially the outflow is not going to be a lot. So when you're using that fancy electric thing in the first couple of days, you will not have the amount of milk as you would expect. Because like she's correctly said, in the as you know, the thing half all the way full and everybody's expecting that. However, to get a manual pump would be best in the beginning, and then as you start to produce more, you can graduate to the fancy stuff.
All of this fancy information you get when you talk to your registered midwife. And so that's why it's important to come to clinics, to show up and to talk and share about your experiences as well. I know you've been doing a lot at the hospital where this is concerned, creating opportunities for workshops and the like. Is there anything new coming up soon?
Well, our seminar was supposed to be today, but it has been postponed due to circumstances beyond our control. It's not going to be September 2nd. Okay? And now that the seminar and awards have been pushed back, our coloring competition has been extended to the 24th. So if any children have not gotten their pages yet, go to Anthony's Clinic, collect your pages. There are a lot. They look lovely. I try not to look because they don't want to be biased, but they look very pretty and beautiful. We have even had some 9011s do their actual art piece, and it is beautiful. Yeah, they're really beautiful.
They're peeping at the entries already.
I'm not a judge, so I can peep. But so I tried not to. So those competitions have been extended. So the new date now for the awards will be the 2nd of September at the hospital auditorium still. And the date for the art competition will be the 24th at 4 p.m. to Anthony's Clinic.
I got you. So if you are a mother expecting or you've given birth and you find you're having sore nipples or just aren't expressing right, a flange is a consideration, but you have to find the right flange. To know the right flange to fit to your nipple, then you need to talk to your registered midwife indeed, and they will guide you through using that appliance that you just shared with us. You know, the nipple rubbing the sides of the flange can cause nipple pain. Too much of the areola is pulled into the flange if you're not doing if it's too big, but to be just right, the nipple should be able to move freely without rubbing against the sides of the flange or without too much of the areola being pulled in. And that's the magic point that we want to get to. But that comes through education, that comes through understanding, and that comes through your interaction with your midwife and your nurse indeed. So we want to encourage you to take hold of all of this information. And if you have any further queries, always call for Shermina Curtin or Chanel Cooper, and they'll be able to answer any of those questions. They work with the Queen Elizabeth Hospital indeed, and so take charge and take hope, because all of this is supposed to be a fun, a happy moment for you and your child. And remember, the child naturally seeks the food source, right, Chanel? So therefore, the food source must be in good supply, and your child has a wonderful start to life indeed. Thank you so much for joining us as always.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome indeed. Morning Barbados Great We're coming back with more in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning, Barbados.
Before the island gets going, we're already here. 2 hours every weekday. The people, the stories, and the conversations that matter to Barbados. Guests you won't hear anywhere else. Your health, your culture, your country. No rush, no shouting, just good company to start your day. Morning Barbados, weekday mornings 6 to 8 on TV8.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Let's get to the news now. The Suarez Brothers Circus had to be relocated to the Garrison Savannah because the regulatory process did not take place as it should have on all sides. Thus, according to Minister in the Prime Minister's Office with responsibility for economic affairs and planning, Marcia Cadell. During a media conference yesterday, the minister said the Ministry of Environment gave the circus permission to operate at the National Botanical Gardens 568 meters away from the Bell Pumping Station, which supplies 25% of the country's drinking water. She said a circus being located so close to the pumping station was a major public health risk.
Let me say clearly that there is no time at which I will receive a recommendation from the experts at the Water Authority and bypass it. If I am advised that with their best efforts at mitigation, with their best advice, their counsel is that this activity should not take place, then the government has a responsibility, notwithstanding whatever word of both conversations have taken place before, the government has a responsibility to make sure that that activity does not go forward.
The minister further stated that the circus was not granted other permissions required to operate in circumstances where the staff was also being accommodated.
These events were triggered by that permission from the Ministry of Environment, but as I've said before, that does not mean that the principals of the company would not need to have other permissions for whatever purposes. It seems to me that some of those permissions were belatedly sought. What does that mean? It means that we saw the circus being erected. We saw every intent at operation before, for example, there was a water connection, or before, for example, there was a response from the Barbados Water Authority. And so if you look at the timeline for how those events took place, we see that there were certain things that frankly were just not covered.
Look, following the controversy, Minister Cadell said government will be working on tightening the regulatory process.
I think that the water protection issues, if it were up to me, you see how the Prime Minister's picture is there? If it were up to me, the water protection order would be in every ministry because it is critical. And I think sometimes we don't understand the issue of water security and what it means. So I can't speak to what is the decision-making process that took place that triggered that permission. I do know that government is in the habit of consulting.
Well, Barbados is being warned that its ability to attract international climate finance will increasingly depend on its ability to prove what it's doing with the money it receives. Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for the Environment, National Beautification and Fisheries, Santia Bradshaw, says strong data and transparency systems are therefore critical to Barbados' climate resilience agenda. She was speaking at the opening ceremony for a capacity-building initiative for transparency inception workshop and stakeholder consultation at Courtyard by Marriott. Deanza Roberts was there.
For Barbados, climate change is no longer a distant threat. It is already being felt across communities, the economy, the infrastructure, the coastline, water resources and food systems. And Deputy Prime Minister Santia Bradshaw says the country must be able to measure the impact of its climate investments if it wants to continue accessing international financing. She says transparency cannot simply be about satisfying international report requirements.
Prime Minister Mia Amor Maudsley has consistently reminded the international community of the urgency of this moment. Her call for 1.5 to stay alive has become one of the clearest expressions of the vulnerability of small island developing states and the urgency of stronger global climate action. But ambition must also be matched by capacity. And it therefore means having the data, it means having the institutions, it means having the technical expertise, and it means having the transparency systems that allow us as a small island to demonstrate with credibility what Barbados is doing and what those actions are indeed achieving.
The Deputy Prime Minister says the issue is particularly important as international financial institutions, climate funds, and private investors demand measurable outcomes.
And if we're going to say that Barbados is reducing emissions, we must be able to measure those reductions. If we're going to say that our investments are building resilience, we must be able to demonstrate results. And if we're going to seek international climate finance, we must be able to show where the money is going and what it is achieving.
Meanwhile, the Inter-American Development Bank is supporting this country's efforts to strengthen its ability to track, measure, and report its progress in meeting its climate commitments under the Paris Agreement. Chief of Operations at the bank, Francisco de Simon, says the project will help strengthen Barbados' transparency framework.
For an amount of $1.25 million. The main objective of the project is to support Barbados' transparency framework through the design and implementation of a domestic MRV system for implementing the national determined contribution for Barbados. This operation serves as the anchor for other initiatives supported by the IDB to strengthen national systems for efficient and consistent reporting in line with the enhanced transparency framework under the Paris Agreement.
The initiative is designed to strengthen the systems that will allow Barbados to measure, verify, report, and demonstrate the impact of climate action. Deanza Roberts, CBC News.
Award-winning actress, singer and activist Jennifer Lewis brought laughter, personal testimony and a powerful call to action to Barbados during a fireside chat and public discussion marking this year's Marcus Garvey Day celebrations. Ms. Lewis was the featured speaker at this season of Emancipation event hosted by the Division of Youth and Culture and the Office of Pan-African Affairs and Heritage in the Prime Minister's office. She challenged those in attendance to know themselves, embrace their history and use their lives to make a difference. Here's a report now from Deanza Roberts.
She arrived with the star power of Hollywood, but Jennifer Lewis made it clear that the Marcus Garvey fireside chat and discussion was not simply about celebrity. It was about life, about struggle, about history, and about what each generation owes the next. Ms. Lewis took the audience on a journey from where she grew up in one of America's historically black communities.
I went from Kinloch, an all-black community, 3,000 population. It was self-governed. Everything that comes with poverty, I experienced, including molestation. And later on, finding out that I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder when I turned 32, I think. 33, yeah. And I went and got treatment because I wanted to enjoy the fruits of my labor. You understand? I wanted on my face what I put on everybody else's face, which was a smile.
She said becoming a star was never the final destination. She came to understand that her public platform gave her an opportunity to reach millions of people.
I built that platform of being a movie star for this moment. To be in the same building with Dr. Julius Garvey. To be in the same building with you. I'm not nervous up here. Because I'm home.
The actress placed particular emphasis on children and the responsibility to preserve history and pass knowledge to the next generation. She said the fight for a better world does not always require confrontation.
Keep your head up and keep your hands to yourself. Once again, it's going to take a lot of love to balance all this hate.
From Broadway to Hollywood, from personal pain to global activism, Jennifer Lewis used the Marcus Garvey Day fireside chat to remind her audience that fame may provide a platform, but it is what you do with that platform that defines your legacy. Deanza Roberts, CBC News.
Let's get to sports now. Barbados suffered its first defeat at the Caribbean Football Union's Under-14 Challenge Series yesterday, going down 3-2 to host Dominican Republic in their second-tier Group 1 and Group A encounter. The Young Bajans entered the match on the back of a 1-0 opening draw against Bermuda the day before, but were unable to maintain their unbeaten start at the DR claimed a narrow victory. We have the goals, with Barbados playing in the white kits.
González, Jaime,
Looking for Aiden Rosario. Still Gonzalez. Watch out for Gonzalez. Could be the first one. Gonzalez. Goal! Goal for the Dominican Republic. Upa Risek. And the goal scored by Watkins. 1-1 here. Barbados ties the game. Now number 10 over there. Marquez, Encarnacion. Good ball over there. Let's see. Gonzalez. Still Gonzalez with a shot. Goal! Good possession of the ball by the Dominican Republic. Jimenez. Still Gonzalez. Rosario is on the box. Gonzalez. The cross. Goal for the Dominican Republic.
Well, Barbados takes on Martinique this afternoon at 3:30. That's a look at news and sports. Morning Barbados breaks here. We'll be back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb, and together we will travel the world.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV cam tapes.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
14.5 minutes after 7 o'clock. Just reflect for a moment. Imagine 2025. Imagine Carifesta 15 in Barbados. Imagine where we were under the big tent now known as Carifesta House, and then imagine your experience for just a moment. Now bring forward to 2026. That's where we are right now, because it's being here again, Barbados. The Caribbean Grand Market is back. And so joining us to talk a little bit more about that is the project lead in Kim Butcher, as well as the events coordinator in Stacey O'Brien. And good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Kim, starting with you. This is your project, girl. Last year's project, I'll call it, was so resoundingly received. We had to do it again. Right?
We had to do it again. So for 10 days, from August 21st to the 30th, Carifesta House again will be transformed. So everything from food, fashion, culinary, gourmet, for those 10 days, it is free to the public. You have an opportunity to meet, to collaborate, to connect. Under the theme, Many Islands, One Market, we all have different dialects, but we all speak the same language of culture, creativity, hospitality, and style.
You will know that.
Absolutely.
And so, many countries, many islands, who's coming?
Jamaica, St. Lucia, St. Kitts, Suriname, Dominica, just across the Caribbean, and Haiti will be there, and Suriname. We have a Caribbean food court. So we tell people, come hungry for the food, because from morning to evening, from 10 in the morning to 10 in the evening. You could have soup. You could have Haitian. You can have Guyanese. We have curry there. We have Jamaican. So really and truly, we want people to come hungry. And Thursday, we have a seafood day. Welts and conch and sea cat.
You're really taking us back here.
Really taking you back. So you think about recipes that your mother would have done. Come and see how they're reimagined in food and drink. And if you're plant-based, we have Stush in the Bush coming from Jamaica.
Listen, and they're so good.
They are very good.
They are so good. I've seen some video work that they've done, and boy, have you seen it? Yes. It's so delicious the way they've been able to take things that stay in nature and present it in the natural way as well.
Yep.
And these are young people.
These are very young people. And we have just over 100 vendors who are coming from across the region to play their trade, to connect and to collaborate. We want Barbadians to come out and hear the story behind the brand, because people there are sharing about their body butters, their recipes that have turned in now to commerce. People are going to be talking about their passion, how they turn it into purpose and no profits at Caribbean Grand Market, August the 21st to the 30th.
10 o'clock each morning. 10 o'clock each morning.
We open bright and early at 10 o'clock.
And we spending 12 hours up there here?
Yes.
Listen, I spent so much money at the Caribbean Grand Market last year because it's interesting, the creativity and the production levels that are happening across this region. And so in one space for 10 days, literally, you have an opportunity to come and experience what the rest of the world already knows, which is brilliance from us in the region, but we can get it right here without having to travel anywhere other than to the National Botanical Gardens at Carifesta House.
Yes, this is the ideal way to close off your summer.
Yes.
You can go to Haiti, Dominica, Guyana, Trinidad, Jamaica, St. Lucia in one space. And we have not left out the children. We have a children's discovery zone that opens at 12 every day and closes at 6. So you can bring your kids and be involved in some heritage activity, some storytelling. We can have Charlie Hardiers. So we're hearing Bajan stories in the space. Barbados is going to be big and large in the space, and we're welcoming the entire Caribbean. So come every day. Breakfast one day, another day lunch, another day dinner.
Or every day,
every
all
day.
of that.
Yep.
And so the last Carifesta Grand Market we had was, there was a book space.
Yes.
That's back.
We will have a space for a number of authors and a number of Caribbean authors and Barbadian authors as well.
Yeah.
So Cherry Tree will have her books there as well. I said Charlie Hardiers will be there as well. And we have some other books that will be there, and storytelling is happening.
Because I bought a lot of books from there. I learned so much about ourselves and our region as well from that. So books are there.
Yes.
Fashion
is going to be there, large and in charge. We have 51 vendors in fashion alone. So you want your hats, your caps, your bags, your belts, leather. I mean, everything is made with love from the Caribbean, from our homes to your homes. Yes.
Wow. Everything is there. Everything will be there. It's back. The Grand Market, the Caribbean Grand Market, all the Caribbean coming to Barbados. And so you get to see and experience and purchase all of this. This is where the commerce comes alive. So it's freedom of movement of a sort.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
But it shows again how we've emancipated ourselves to the point where we can do all of this, and we can live our experience, and we can live our creativity, and we can enjoy it.
This is really an extension of what CARICOM is really supposed to be. We're all in one place under one beautiful petal, and we're going to have commerce, conversation, and absolutely cuisine, because we want people to, as we said, come hungry. We will have the food just for you. Everything from street food to home cooked food.
And entertainment.
Yes.
This is you, Stacey. This is your baby here, girl.
This is my baby
so
here.
What can we expect?
We have a cadre of Barbadian and regional artists for the next 10 days. We just came off a beautiful Popover Festival.
Oh, yes.
So I thought, okay, let's work with the teams. Let's see who's on the ground, who wants to come and showcase different sides of ourselves. So we have a Caribbean night, Caribbean hot pot. That's the first night out. So you're going to get rhythms and the soul of the Caribbean coming out. We have a reggae night. That's going to feature Risa Garns and a lot of our local reggae artists. We have a Bajan cabaret night. So, you know, those who like to go to the hotel shows and so on, you get that type of feeling. Jazz is happening. We have the R&B soul evening. So every evening at the Grand Market. There's something for someone to come. There's an afternoon when you can just have Sunday food. You come out and get your gospel and your inspirational music and so on. So every day there's programming happening on the main stage. The strolling entertainment, all of the groups will come out and give our representation. Pinelands will be there. Israel Level Foundation. We have so many smaller groups and other talents that because Cropov is so large, everybody doesn't get to see everything.
Yes.
So we brought them into the one big hot pot, the Caribbean hot pot of entertainment every night. So you can comfortably leave home and come to the Grand Market and know that you have a different tenure each day. You can come and you can have Word Up. Word Up is going to feature Cindy Celeste and a lot of our spoken word artists. You can come and see DJ Simmons and the interpretations that they can bring to our literature and our music and our rhythms and how we present that on stage. So every evening, in 6 o'clock in the evening, there's an evening show. During the day, you'll get the strolling entertainment and all of the live DJ music and so on happening. So there's always going to be something there to fill your hearts and your souls all week long at Grand Market.
But if you want the live performances, 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
For 6 o'clock.
Bajan, Kaiso night, all those nights. Every night is themed and you don't want to miss any. And you don't want to be there and say, wait, I went to Word Up. You will get to Kaiso night. Come along every night. If you come along every night, nobody can tell you it happened and you can't miss it.
That is correct. That is correct indeed. And so, folks, it's from the 21st until
the 30th.
The 30th until the end of the month.
Yes.
And so these are nights and days. These are moments. Again, the children are still on holiday, so come. Teachers on holiday, so come. And in coming as a teacher, you get to speak, to share the culture. So bring the children out as well and let them know a little bit more about Haiti, about different spaces of the region as well, the things that people work with to make life habitable for themselves as well. All of that is learning. And while they're there as well, they get to see what the children can do because there are opportunities for everything. The Caribbean Grand Market, free. You don't got to get a ticket for nothing. You just come right through. Bring your cash. Do we have the points?
Yes, we will have point of sales there as well. So bring your card.
Bring your cards as well. And if you use a baby hub, oops, it's happened.
Yes.
And so therefore, there you go. It's really going to be fantastic. I'm looking forward to this.
Yes.
I'm really looking forward to this. Every evening there's entertainment, even on Sunday. Food all day long. And so you're encouraged to come and taste the Caribbean, see the Caribbean, wear the Caribbean, try on the Caribbean, enjoy Caribbean entertainment and a whole lot more. It's the Caribbean Grand Market at Carifesta House. You know where it is, so don't miss it indeed. Thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you.
Stacey and Kim, as always. I know this is going to be a success. I'd even wish you for it because it's going to happen.
Thank you.
Thank you so much indeed.
You're most welcome.
All right. We're back on Morning Barbados in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV cam tapes to modern digital formats. Safely, quickly, and affordably. Call CBC on 467-5437 to get started. In just 2 weeks, your memories will be ready to relive and share again.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good. Your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on socials at 981 Barbados on IG and 98.1 The One on Facebook. This is your world, your playlist, your station. 98.1 The One.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
25 past the hour. You know they say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Is that so? Well, we will find out whether or not that is indeed so right now, as we are met today by Dr. Julius Garvey, who we know is a son of the Right Excellent Marcus Mosiah Garvey, a man who is well known all across the world indeed. And with him is Rodney Grant, who we know is a program advisor in the Division of Youth and Culture and also of the Pan-African Affairs and Heritage indeed. So to you gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Dr.
I didn't know I was
Garvey.
going to be compared to an apple.
Real fell how far from the tree you fell, nonetheless, indeed, in just a moment. But again, welcome home to Barbados. It's always good to have you here, and we learn
Thank you so
as we
much.
have
I
from your
do
father,
feel
and
at
we will continue
home.
to learn from you. So good to have you.
Well,
Rodney,
hopefully.
I'll start with you.
Good to be here.
Thank you so much.
Good to be
Because
here with you.
Ambassador Kamashong said this is a week of celebrating Marcus Garvey and his philosophy and what he's meant to black lives all over the world indeed. And I agree, because tomorrow there's going to be a significant activity. I want to share with Barbadians, first of all, what's happening tomorrow and why we need to show up.
Okay. Good morning, Pearson again. Good morning, Barbados. Tomorrow we're gonna have two events in one. We're gonna be having the rededication of the Marcus Garvey Amphitheater at 4 in the evening, and that kicks off the day. We're gonna have Dr. Garvey here and do a rededication of the site, which have been blessed in his father's name. And then right after at 5, we're gonna move into the Queen's Park Steel Shed, where his father came and made a speech. When he came here, he made a speech in the Queen's Park Steel Shed. So we'll be moving from the amphitheater site and moving straight into the steel shed, where Dr. Garvey will sit down and have a legacy conversation with Carol Roberts. And we say legacy because he holds the legacy of his father in his bosom, in his heart, and in his wisdom. So tomorrow culminates this week of exciting activities that we dedicated to the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey. At the event in the steel shed, we also commissioned a special a special piece. I've asked Glenn Reese, a noted musician, to pull together a special piece and a special group of Barbadian artists, Winston Farrell, Kweku, Jelani, and they're going to present a special piece to honor the Honorable Marcus Garvey, and that's going to be happening in the steel shed as well tomorrow evening.
So tomorrow evening is a moment of reconnection. Tomorrow evening
Yes,
is a
please.
moment of enlightenment, and tomorrow evening is going to be one of those moments you should not miss. And so the
Yes, please.
rededication starts at roughly around what time? And the other
At 4. The rededication is at 4 in the afternoon, and then we move from there straight into the steel shed at 5. So we're moving from one into the next. So we're gonna have, for the rededication, the Barbados Landship is also going to be there. We're gonna have the Sons of God Spiritual Baptist to bless the space from Ealing Grove. The Prime Minister is going to be there to do a special unveiling of the plaque with Dr. Garvey. So we start off that, as a very official event. And then we ask Barbadians to join us then in the steel shed right after at 5 o'clock.
All right. Dr. Garvey, what a week this has really been. And what a remembrance for you. Stop for just a moment and tell me what it means to you to be in Barbados at this time to mark the man you call Daddy.
Well, I'm very pleased to be here. I'm very proud to be here. And, I recall that my father came here in 1937.
Yes.
And so that it also has memories of his visit that, are extant, shall we say, in my memory at the present time. And the welcome that I have received and the honor that's being paid to my dad at the present time is very fulfilling to me as part of the legacy, to see that, he's being honored elsewhere, apart from Jamaica and apart from other places that I've been, but to see it in the Caribbean, shall we say, upfront and direct, and be a part of it. It's been a wonderful experience for me.
Of all the places where people laud the contribution of your father, the Right Excellent Marcus Garvey, is there any one place that holds a special spot for you in your heart because of the way in which they've showed up to celebrate his contribution?
Well, I'm not sure, but certainly in Accra, Ghana, the celebrations have been extensive and memorable to me, because even though my dad never set foot in Africa, certainly Kwame Nkrumah carried his message, and that was the shall we say, the transatlantic crossing of Pan-Africanism. from 1945, etc., going to the continent. So, whenever I go to Ghana and participate in any of the festivities, it's always very, very important for me because, again, that is home, and that is also, reminiscent of the whole Pan-African concept that we're one people, even though we have a diaspora of 300 million or whatever. But, the continent itself is home. So I always feel very much at home and thrilled to be in Accra in terms of the celebrations of my dad.
And they still talk about him famously there as well. If stop for a minute
Yes.
and reflect, did it dawn on you that the man who was around the house as just your father, who probably gave you lashes, who was just himself, have had such a significant impact on the global space?
Well, my early childhood was a little bit divided, shall we say, between Jamaica and England. And the last time I saw my dad, I was 5 years old, and we left England and came back to Jamaica. And then, so that my memories of my father are memories of a small child. And of course, there were never any beatings per se that I can recall. My dad was very loving, very kind. I thought of him as an immense person who was always watching over myself and my brother. Or we were playing, and again, my memories of him are memories in England, not in Jamaica, but playing in the backyard with snowballs, etc., and him taking us out to the movies and buying us ice cream and chocolate and that sort of thing. So it's those memories are present of my early life, and certainly, but I learned more about my dad from my mother than from my own memories, because as I said, the last time I saw him, I was 5 years old, and this was and then he died when I was how old was I? I was 7 years old when he died. So that was 1940. So again, we never reconnected it because we came back from England to Jamaica at that point in time because my brother was developing arthritis, rheumatism in his knee. And the doctors advised that you'd have to go back to a warm climate as opposed to staying in damp London. So there's a bit of a discussion because my dad didn't want us to leave, and my mother, who was a mother hen, said she had to take care of her kids and had to go back to Jamaica. So, that's my early life and my early remembrance of my dad.
When you look at yourself and your own philosophy, how much of it do you think mirrors or matches your father's philosophy?
Well, at this point in time, I would have to say it's pretty much identical. Obviously it wasn't always that way, because you have to grow up to understand the depths of his understanding of life. But, he was a very unusual person. I think he was a very realized person. And I think, without being boastful in that sense, I think I could call him a genius because he was accomplished in so many ways. But the only way you can be a genius is if you have that understanding of yourself that allows you to be free and allows you to be creative. And I've tried to, I've read a lot of what he has said, and I've tried to, shall we say, fathom the depths of his understanding and reasoning. And I think I've reached that level of understanding that might be somewhat similar to his, although, of course, one never knows in that sense, but I'm comfortable with myself, certainly in my old age, so to speak. But I think he was comfortable with himself as a human being from the time he was in his 20s, because he began to accomplish things, bigger than himself at that point in time. And he began to look outside of himself and be concerned about the circumstances in which, his fellow man was living, and be concerned about elevating the conditions of people that were around him. So yeah, I think he had a very clear vision very early in his life. And most of us take a lifetime to get to that degree of clarity, if we ever get there. So you know, I've in some sense followed my father's teachings, not necessarily by reading everything that he has said or fathoming it, but looking at life and looking at myself as well, and him being something of a guide, I would say. And I think I understand, you know, his philosophy, so I think I do mirror to some degree Marcus Garvey's philosophy.
Well, I'm going to take a break here and I'll come back to hear from you. Given your understanding of his philosophy now, how would you feel? That's the question I want to ask of you. How do you think he would feel about what he sees in life today? We'll get an answer from you right after this break.
Mm-hmm.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good. Your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on socials at 981 Barbados on IG and 98.1 The One on Facebook. This is your world, your playlist, your station. 98.1 The One.
Good morning. Good morning, Barbados.
Before the island gets going, we're already here. 2 hours every weekday. The people, the stories, and the conversations that matter to Barbados. Guests you won't hear anywhere else. Your health, your culture, your country. No rush, no shouting, just good company to start your day. Morning Barbados, weekday mornings, 6 to 8 on TV8.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We're having our own conversation now with Dr. Julius Garvey, who is the son of the famous Right Excellent Marcus Mosiah Garvey, and along with Rodney Grant, who is with the Pan-African Affairs Commission. And so, Dr. Garvey, I want to hear from you now. Having looked at your father's philosophy over time, I'm sure you understand what his thinking has been, his wish for the black world. What do you think he'll say about what conditions are today?
Well, clearly we haven't achieved what we need to achieve to, shall we say, return to our status as African people and African nationhood. His concept was the redemption of Africa. And by that, I think he meant the redemption of African civilization, because he understood our history. And he would be looking at the situation at the present time and seeing that we have made progress, but the progress has been slow. It has been incremental, but it has not been fast enough, shall we say. And that the time itself right now is extremely critical, because, you know, his #1 concept, if you will, and desire for us as a people was unity. And for us to unify, it means that we have to unify on the continent, meaning that we really have to have one government. You can't duplicate the development agenda that we need as a people 55 times or 54 times, whether you want to call that other country or not. But you can't duplicate a successful agenda 54 times. You have to do it one time if you're looking and trying to compare yourselves, let's say, with the Chinese miracle, which took place over the last 40 years of raising 800 million people, you know, out of poverty. You can't do that 54 times. You can only do that one time. So you have to have a unified government on the continent of Africa. And he spoke of that, you know, way back in the 20s, the United States of Africa. He wrote a poem about it. He talked about it. So, you know, the UNIACL was a nation in exile. And the idea was to colonize Africa and to free Africa. And we have not gotten to the stage where we have a federated Africa, a united federated states of Africa. And plus the fact we have not gotten to the stage where we really are linked with our diaspora properly. With the African Continental Free Trade Agreement has to be linked with us in the diaspora, the 300 million or so, in terms of a 6th region. that is significantly contributing. One of the things that he said is that for Africa to develop, a significant role has to be played by, of course, the Western Negro, particularly also the Caribbean person. He was very specific about that. So, unity has not been achieved. We're far, far away from that. Therefore, we're not going to be able to accelerate our development to firstly achieve that degree of unity. So that's one of the things that he would be critical of, shall we say, in terms of our going forward. I think the other thing that he'd be critical of is the fact that we're not seeing ourselves in terms of who we are and who we have been. Because for us to be important, we have to understand our own civilization, going all the way back to Nile Valley civilizations. I mean, these are the first civilizations in the world. These are the prototypal civilizations, and they spread across the continent of Africa. So we were not just the first people, we're the first civilized people. And we gave the world civilization. And if you look at the world at the present time, you'll see that it's now a battle of civilizations. Mm-hmm. It's a Russian civilization, it's a Chinese civilization, it's a Persian civilization against what you can call, if you will, an American civilization. But, I hesitate to call it a civilization because it's a very young country based on the genocide of the native population and built up by the enslavement of my own people. So I can't really call that a civilization, but that's the hegemon at the present time. And that's the battle. And we have to understand part of the wisdom that he tried to give us was to know your enemy. So you have to know your enemy, and you have to be able to deal with your enemy, so that you have to have self-reliance. And so we have not achieved that type of development agenda. Again, that's because of our disunity. But we need to rely on ourselves in terms of financing ourselves in terms of development. A significant part of what we have not done is to educate ourselves. I dare say throughout the Caribbean, the curriculums that we have all the way from university down or from the high schools up, are still somewhat conditioned by the empire in terms of what we had when we were colonies. The same thing in the United States. Even the historically black colleges don't have a separate curriculum. And, what's his name wrote in The Miseducation of the Negro in 1930, Carter G. Woodson, and of course, we've now developed, Black History Week and then Black History a month, etc. But we don't have, shall we say, an African curriculum across the world, and not even on the continent of Africa. So we're still being miseducated, and if we're miseducated, then we can't find our right place in life. Our young people are going off at a tangent and simply mimicking, what other people are doing or what other people have done, without realizing that our culture is the oldest and perhaps in some sense the wisest, because again we understood what civilization was all about. So he would understand those failings and would focus on those failings, which is our own self-reliance in terms of development, our own educational system, and our own unity as a people.
You definitely wear your father's shoes, and you wear them well. You polish them well, you've kept them well, and so we're happy that you've done so. And again, we're happy to have you in Barbados. There's so much we can continue to learn from you. I don't want to steal the opportunity for people to come and hear even more in-depth responses from you tomorrow, but I really want to say that I am sitting here in awe of what you also represent by being your father's son, and you're representing your father handsomely, because you understand the message and you are here to share with us that message, to remind some of us who have forgotten and some of us who have never heard it before to know it for sure, and that is what you bring as well. Thank you for that. Rodney, I'll end with you as I started. So let's remind folks of the significance of tomorrow and what's happening tomorrow and really why we have to come out.
Heard it just now. The legacy of Marcus Garvey is still very much relevant. It's still very much alive. As Black people, we have to move and keep moving. We have to shred all the colonial remnants and rebuild a civilization that is, for our people. Unity, the message of unity is important. So we really have to come out tomorrow, pay homage to a man who was universal, who was global in his message. And his son is here to continue that legacy. So we ask Barbados to come out, be part of the rededication, and also to be part of the conversation, looking at the legacy, the life of Marcus Messiah Garvey. This is important. We conclude the week this week with him. And then we will continue. We will close the season of emancipation by paying a homage to the UN Day for the remembrance of slave trade and its abolition on Monday by putting out some messages. And then we will conclude with Jackie Opel doing, with the University of the West Indies, doing a special symposium on the 27th at the 3Ws. So we encourage Barbadians to come out tomorrow. Come out to hear Dr. Julius Garvey with his host, CEO, as we pay tribute and homage to the man Marcus Messiah Garvey, his legacy of unity and rebuilding the African civilization.
It's a journey we have to take. It's a journey home to self-actualization, home to identity, home to empowerment and all of those kinds of things. The journey continues tomorrow.
Yes, please.
In Queen's Park. And so I want you to show up, join the journey, because together we can. Dr. Garvey, again, thank you so much for joining me. As always, Ronnie, good to have a conversation with you.
Thank you for having me.
Well.
Yes,
thank
please.
you.
Thank you very much, Pearson.
Yes.
You're very welcome.
Thank you for having me. Good morning, Barbados.
Very welcome, sir. As well. Good morning to you too. And so, Morning Barbados continues. Maybe introduce you to who's won that dreamy staycation right after this.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. And together we will travel the world.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV cam tapes to modern digital formats. Safely, quickly, and affordably. Call CBC on 467-5437 to get started. In just 2 weeks, your memories will be ready to relive and share again.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good. Your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on socials at 981 Barbados on IG and 98.1 The One on Facebook. This is your world. Your playlist, your station. 98.1 The One.
island gets going, we're already here. 2 hours every weekday. The people, the stories, and the conversations that matter to Barbados. Guests you won't hear anywhere else. Your health, your culture, your country. No rush, no shouting, just good company to start your day. Morning Barbados, weekday mornings, 6 to 8 on TV8.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb.
Hotel. Imagine waking up to ocean views, soft sand, and total relaxation. The perfect way to unwind after enjoying the sweetest summer festival and the energy of Cropover. To enter, simply listen out for the Cropover sound notification on Vibe 94.7 FM.
The dreamy staycation for two.
Follow us on social media and submit the correct time and date you heard the sound to contests at cbc.bb. Don't miss your chance to win. One lucky listener will take it all. Competition runs July 1st to July 31st, 2026. The winner will be announced on August 10th. Vibe 94.7 FM, where the Cropover energy flows.
That was the initiative. That was what you were tested and asked to do. And so you did. And there's a winner. I'm joined this morning by CBC's, I never get the names right, now that we've changed.
Communications and events.
That one.
Yes.
That's Alicia Hinkson. With her is, I'm not going to say who you are yet, Nicola Harewood. Tamisha Niles, I think you'll work this way in the process of elimination, is the Director of Sales and Marketing at Coconut Court Beach Hotel. And Sophia Babb is the Director of Operations there as well. To all of you ladies, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome. Alicia, we've come to the end.
Yes, of a beautiful promotion on Vibe 94.7. We were the official station of Cropover. And being the official station of Cropover, we wanted to reward a Vibe listener. They said, after the entire Cropover season, and if she parties anything like me, you know she need a gas station. And once you listen to Vibe the entire season, you listen to that dreamy staycation notification, note it down. Each and every time, you could have entered 31 times by 4, by 5, by 6, by 7. Every time you heard that notification. And you had a lucky chance to win.
Okay. Nicola, correct. Nicola, you're the winner. How many times did you enter?
Sometimes 8, 9 times a day.
You're serious?
Day. Yes. Each time that I heard it, I sent my email with the time and the day.
You really love Vibe 94.7, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Why do you love Vibe 94.7? Like, what single shot? This is ad coming. Why do you love Vibe 94.7?
I love the music that they play, and you just enjoy the vibes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's the vibe?
The vibes, the soca, the local music, just love it.
You just love it?
Yes, just love it.
And so you entered 8 or so, 9 days,
every day.
Entries a day. That means you had to be listening all the time.
Yes.
And this is something that you've kept up, right? Listening all of the time.
Yes, please.
Good girl. And so what do you know about Coconut Court Beach Hotel?
Okay, so I know that they have Jake's restaurant. I would also find out what more that they have with this staycation.
She's almost there, Tamisha. She's about to take your job away. She's focused on the restaurant, however. Talk to me about what it's meant in partnership with yourselves to be able to do this with the CBC.
So for us, Pearson, this summer we were looking at developing our corporate portfolio, and also enhancing our experience for our guests and trying to incorporate Cropover with everything that we were doing on property. And then we got a call from lovely Alicia here for an opportunity to partnership with CBC and 94.7 Vibe Barbados. And we took that opportunity to run with it. And give a lucky winner an opportunity to stay with us at Coconut Court.
That your hotel is a brand. It's a well-known brand in
Yes,
Barbados. And it's a
indeed.
local brand, and of that I'm very, very proud.
Yes,
and so for all of
it
our viewers who are watching across the diaspora, Coconut Court Beach Hotel is the place to stay, indeed. Literally on the beach.
Literally on the beach. Pearson, we have a lovely stretch of beach there. There's always something to do. We create that authentic Barbadian experience for our guests. Locals, be it international travelers, we create that experience. So we encourage everyone to come on down and enjoy what Coconut Court has to offer, from experiences, spa, food, events on the beach, movie nights. Name it, Pearson,
Yeah.
we do it.
I
Even
know.
if we don't do it, we
can do
create
it.
We create it and try to do it.
We can do it at Coconut Beach Hotel. And so it's a family home. It's a place for the families.
Yes.
It's wholesome. It's lovely indeed. It's really, really nice indeed.
Yes,
I love
it is.
I love it.
Yes.
And so, Sophia, there are changes that have been made. Have there changes made to the property? What can Nicola expect when she comes?
Yeah, so she can expect a lot, or she can expect a little. So really, we have a beachfront, but we also have a nice pool area. We have 3 restaurants and we have 3 bars, so you don't only have Jake. So we have Coco's restaurant, which is our main restaurant where breakfast is served. And we also have Charlie's Beach Bar, which is the truly feet and sand experience where you will feel very relaxed. You go down and have your drinks, your cocktails, and drink from morning to evening if you so desire. Yeah, so we really, our chef creates that delicacies. And we do have the Bajan flair. We put a bit of Bajan into everything we do. It's Barbadian, one, as you said. And we really want to embrace persons that experience it. And that's why we really had this partnership. And it really means a lot to have you as a winner coming through our doors. We really like to embrace people coming in and having that Bajan experience. Barbadians spend too much time away from what we have as great assets here to enjoy, and you don't have to travel. You can do it right here, stay at home and stress relief.
That's right. So Nicola, who are you taking?
My husband.
Oh, you're married. Congratulations. How long? How many years?
7 years going to be
That
in
was just
December.
at interesting point in time. And so you're going there to the Coconut Court Beach Hotel. And you're going to be using this time to just relax and reconnect and all of those kinds of things. Have you determined when you want to go in?
Not as yet.
Okay, before the year is done, yeah?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
As Rosemary was saying, don't dilly-dally.
Yes.
Before
Our
the-
anniversary is in December.
It's when?
In December.
Congratulations. That's experience number 8. That's the 8th anniversary?
No, 7th.
That'll be the 7th anniversary. In December what?
7th.
Okay, early
Same as
December.
me.
That's not good. That's good. So perhaps that is the way you want to treat yourself then, right?
Yes, please.
All right.
And then we're birthdays.
So at least we want to make a presentation.
Yes, I'm going to invite Sophia and Tamisha
Yep.
to present that winning staycation to
Well,
Nicola. Congratulations
Thank
once again. Keep make sure you listen to the vibe. We're in the good vibes flow, of course. And you can look out on Mornin Barbados. Person threw a challenge this morning, so we're coming to a screen near you. We're coming with a very, very special promotion, so our viewers can continue watching.
That's right. That's right.
So Nicola, on behalf of Coconut Court Beach Hotel and the team, we want to congratulate you on winning the staycation with us. It's a staycation for two nights with us at Coconut Court in our deluxe oceanfront room, where you have that spectacular view that I was just telling Pearson about, and then there's breakfast included as well. And we will also have some other little treats for you and your husband when you come to celebrate your anniversary with us.
And thank you.
You're welcome. Well done. Well done. Just by being faithful to Vibes 94.7 FM. See how simple that was? The CBC and the Coconut Court indeed. And so we want to encourage you, if you haven't yet given consideration, because they're open for lunch and dinner and breakfast, and they're open. If you want to just come in and have a daycation, you can do so. Call Coconut Court Hotel and find out what's possible indeed. If you're having a celebration, whether it be the anniversary, the birthday, the moment in time, because only yesterday she said, I do, then hey, have that moment today by calling Coconut Beach Hotel. All of those things are possible. They make fun and living possible for you in one space on the coast of Barbados, the south coast of Barbados, literally on the beach, among the trees, in the quiet of the moment. You can feel the relaxing sound, hear the relaxing sounds of the waves. All of that, as you said, so if you dip your feet in the sand as well with that beach bar, indeed, all of that is possible. Folks, in one space, Coconut Court Beach Hotel. Give them a call. and let's make things happen for you. And continue listening to Vibe Nicola. And all of you as well, Vibe 94.7 FM on at the moment. Kurt Brown is on the other KB.
Yes, the other KB. And of course, it's where the good vibes flow.
Absolutely. And there's a new voice there, TJ.
Yes.
So don't miss her in the TJ in the midday.
Yes, TJ. She's holding on for KB Clean right now. He's on holiday, so you can listen up for her from 2 p.m. until 6 p.m. this week, but normally in the midday, as you said, 10 to 2.
It's either that or the cup of Jill. So you do so, indeed. Thank you so very much again, everybody, and congratulations, Nicola. That's it for today on Morning Barbados. My little crew joins me saying to all of you, have a terrific today. Be the will of the Lord. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning.